Oh, tea is still way too hot. Gosh darn it. That's not going to get put in the video. I'll tell you that right now.
The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you.
Andrew's week-long no phone extravaganza. I don't know if that's how you spell that. So if that's not right, I'm covering it up so you never saw that I can't spell right. But let me write down some of the rules. Number 1, no cell phone. Number 2, no social media. What I can constitute as social media for the purposes of this study, I guess you could say, or this experiment. I like calling it an experiment, not a study. That means no Snapchat, no Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram. But I will be still using YouTube because how else would I post these wonderful videos? I've already been doing this one right here for like 5 days and it's super easy. Number 3, limited laptop use. And this one is definitely going to be the hardest one to follow, the limited laptop use, because like I do have to use my laptop for school. And what does limited mean? I don't know. So I'm just going to try and be conscious, and I guess I won't use the messages app on my laptop, but I'm not using my phone for a week.
Oh, Andrew, no, that is not cool.
I'm not asking for permission.
Is this for a week of a video?
Maybe. So it's been a week since I recorded, or since I like actually did the experiment. It's been a week since I didn't have my phone. And I purposefully set it up this way that so I could think about for a couple of days, more like almost another week. I could think about how this experiment like settled in with me. Like me when I'm wearing this outfit is a week later, like kind of trying to explain what happened during the experiment because I did a shitty job filming it. And I'm drinking tea, which is not the tea from the beginning of the video where I burnt my mouth. But I don't know if you can see on the camera, this is, it's smoking pretty well, so I'm not going to burn my mouth the second time. But I'm also eating some food here. So I started with a question. And that question was, how would my life be different if I didn't use my phone for a week for anything? Alright, that's in there. Let me go put this in a good hiding spot. Okay, I've actually decided to change my mind on this location. Because that last cupboard, while it was kind of tucked away pretty well, it's still a place that I see a lot. And I feel like this spot might be a little bit better. All the way up in the corner. I will say it is a little weird though, because I have my headphones in at like all times of the day. Whether I'm listening to like a podcast, an audiobook, or just music. But now I'm just listening to my own thoughts and it's weird. I don't like it. By the way, I've only not had my phone for like an hour, if that, so this is gonna be a long week. It set in really quickly. I was like slapping my legs, like, where's my phone at? I just had a moment. I'm getting ready to leave the apartment right now, and I was just hitting my pants. I was like, where the heck's my phone? Not using it. I think it was Monday morning. I woke up and didn't look at a screen. I didn't use any sort of screen until 3 p.m. today, and I think that's like the latest I've ever went, ever. When I was little, I'd wake up and watch TV in the morning. Now that I'm older, like the first thing I do is fly to my phone. Also, it's day number 3 of the no phone extravaganza. Going not terribly bad. Heading back from the gym right now. I'll tell you, it's impossibly hard to work out without music. So I've never been on a silent meditation retreat, but I assume not using your phone for a week kind of feels like that, because you just have so much time to yourself where it's just, hey, what do I think about this? And instead of being like just hearing someone else's opinion of something in the news, or having music playing all day so you don't have to think, or a podcast, or like when you're on the toilet, what do you do when you're on the toilet? Like, what am I supposed to do on the toilet? Like everyone, I use my phone for everything. Maps to get to places. How am I supposed to know about this weather? Everything's okay though, because this jacket is perfect for any and all occasions. Also, how am I supposed to tell the time? So that's why they built that thing. Who even knows how to read those? I do. 4:15. That whole telling the time thing is not going to be a problem today. It's currently 3:20 if you were wondering. Halfway through the week, I started to get super lonely because like I live with two of my best friends, but I mean, other than that, I did not have any contact with any of my other friends, any other family members. I did talk to my mom probably 4 times over the phone on this thing. It's only Friday, but it's really hard to make plans without a phone, so. And as you can tell, I failed the challenge by the metrics that I set out. I wanted to go from Sunday to Sunday. I ended up only going to Friday, and that's because of the reason I said earlier. It's just like I could not hang out with any of my friends. Like on Friday, we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do. I couldn't use my phone to text anybody. I don't know how I'm supposed to get into contact with anyone. It's not going to show up at their door. It's 2017. No one shows up at people's doors. But while I like failed by the standards that I set out by, I don't think it was a failure, so to speak, because like even if you run a marathon and you set out to run 26 miles, I still ran like 18 miles. I don't know what like the calculation would be, like whatever 5/7 of 26 would be, but you get my point, right? Like I still didn't use my phone for like 6 days almost, and I mean, it was a really good like source of perspective to be like, okay, well, let's come back to normal life. I'm not gonna not use my phone. Like I'm gonna keep my phone. It's right, and my phone's right here. I still use it, and it's just finding like what's the best way to go about your life with your phone without letting your phone get in the way completely. Because let's be honest, these things are literally so addictive. If it was anything other than a phone and everyone was walking around just looking like this at something, like if it was, like let's say this here dry erase marker, if like literally millions of people were walking around the streets just staring at this dry erase marker, you'd be like, well, that's a little weird, but it's okay because it's our cell phone and it has Facebook and Twitter and everything. If you just think of how addictive your phones are, like everyone knows that you should not text and drive. But I mean, I still do it sometimes, whether it's just changing the song or just sending a quick text. It's because the damn thing is so addictive. And like, it's crazy because everyone knows not to drink and drive. But the phone is like, man, it's so accessible. It's just sitting in that passenger seat waiting for you to. I should probably finish up chewing before I try and talk. One sec. Oh, it's interesting to like think about how much we use our phones. So that's gonna end this video. I'm gonna finish eating the rest of my food. If you want to see a cooking show, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna drink my tea. It's still a little bit too hot, so I'm not gonna drink it yet because I don't want to burn my mouth again. But yeah, I'll see you guys next Sunday.